What's up, guys? Back at you again with another video. Man, I'm just real excited about where, life's journey is going to take me. Currently in my position, I'm not happy, working for someone else. I really want to get into business for myself. That's why I plan on, after getting my diploma, I am going to get into business. I stay in Oklahoma, good state to medical marijuana, and I want to get in the industry. If growing, not growing, something along those lines. Simply because I've tried working for people, and being a person with disability, like, they see me like I'm normal. Like, you guys, some of my viewers, you might see me like I'm normal, but I have shortcomings. I have moments where I'm not firing off on all four pistons. I have difficult moments. I have some days I'm really depressed, and it's hard to interact because of my emotions, but I'm going through the emotions. I'm not lying in bed. I'm not, in a dark room, because I have responsibilities. I have the responsibility to take care of my family, to take care of my sons, to take care of my sister, and take care of the household. And so, with that being said, I have no time to lay in bed and, pull the covers over my head and just sleep it away, which I wish I could do. Normally I would do that, but it's not just me. And, I work for a company, McDonald's, that, here in Oklahoma, that, are really, really biased. And, they say racial things. I'm not a political person, but when you start speaking about things that are wrong and been made excuses for, I have a problem for, as, you know, um, a biracial person. Like, I get it from both ends, from the white community, because I have rough edges, from the black community, because I'm not rough enough, I'm not tough enough, you know, um, it's just, it baffles me, because, we have people out here, like, thriving to exist, or, you know, um, wanting to be the American citizen, live the American dream, work and be able to travel and take care of your family. We've traveled, we've been to South Padre, Myrtle Beach, and, a couple of other places, San Antonio. Like, we travel, but we don't travel the way I would like to. I would like to travel overseas, or, in a different country, and just seeing the beautiful nature. I want to view those things with my family. And the only way I see possible is getting into business for myself. But with that takes education and time. So, I have to be patient enough to know that what I desire I can have, as long as I put my put all my energy into accomplishing that. But for, you know, um, a person with my condition, like, we run into people not understanding. And for the longest, my sister didn't understand, but now she does, and she's going into the mental health field as well, she's studying to be a counselor. And I commend her for that, because she's seen some of our broken homes. And, like, I don't get to talk to my dad is deceased, and my mom, she's not talking to me. And so I asked her what I was like when I was young, and she began to tell me that I like to be patted on my butt, but not, it wasn't softly, it was firmly. And I always liked someone to hum to me, like that would calm me down or put me to sleep. And it just reminds me of being a child, like that physical contact. Like I wasn't normal unless, I was getting beaten for something, because I were having these episodes at a young age at school, and my behavior was just erratic. It was pretty crazy. And I just wouldn't click unless she beat me. Like I would get, in trouble for something Monday, and guarantee by that Wednesday or Thursday I've committed the same thing and I'm getting punished again. And these weren't just simple punishment. These were, corporal beatings, and it turned me into a person that were physical. Like I have battery charges and domestic violence charges, and that whole era just taught me to be physical. And I had to retrain myself, because that's not how it is. I don't care what anyone, unless they're trying to harm you or put you in danger, like you do not have the right to put your hands on no one, and I had to retrain myself. I had to rethink. Like I haven't been in trouble. I've been up here in Oklahoma for 3 years, going on 4, and I haven't been in trouble since 3 years. Like I did when I moved up here. I was on probation for domestic violence back home, and I would have to go and report once a month, and I got off that and paid my restitution, and I was done with it. Like the only thing my first speeding ticket I ever got in my life, I got a year ago. And that's the only thing I've been in trouble with, because I learned a formula. Like, even though they're not making it easy for me at work, I have to show up and I have to perform, because it's not just about me or my feelings and what I have to endure. It's about, the well-being for my family. And that right there is the main objective that gets me out of bed, gets me out of the dark room, and to be able to enjoy things with the family, be able to keep my insurance, my car insurance, and, pay rent, because we live in a fairly big house, and I'm blessed and thankful for it. But I would like for us to live comfortably, like, some acres, and the kids ride dirt bikes, in the, on the acres, on the land. That's what I want to get to. And owning my own business, I know I can make that possible. I know I can. But it's just getting there and having the patience to know between wants and ambitions. And I've been doing a pretty good job cleaning up my credit. Thank goodness, like I said, I'm just not getting my high school diploma, so I didn't really do any college, so I don't have any big debt on my credit. But it starts there, and why the minimum I'm getting on disability, working hard to get off disability. I feel like I'm 35, and I feel like someone else, could use that money. I know I'm not done for. Maybe I can't go back to industrial labor like I used to, because all the medicines I'm on, and keeping a well-balanced mental state is way more important than overdoing my limits to work industrial. However, just seeing how that production line goes, gives me, a stamper on the beginning knowledge of owning my own business. But definitely, I don't know, I would say when life throws you lemonades, then we have to make lemonade out of it. I don't know if I said that right. When life throws you lemons, make lemonade out of it. I don't remember where I read that, but I do a lot of reading online and on Pinterest. So, but that is true. That is a true statement, though. You have to make the best out of it. Yes, I have a diagnosis that is, not so different, but different. You know, um, you know, in the professional world, it's, you know, kept hushed or not really seen or heard about, and I'm definitely at the beginning of the pillar, but I know my journey is to overcome that and do great things, for my family and for me, you know. I'm just grateful, for the opportunity to go through these things so I can let others who suffer from the diagnosis I suffer from, it's okay, and it'll be another day. Get another chance at it. It's not gonna happen overnight. I had mental health from childhood all the way to adulthood, and I didn't get help until 2003. So here, fast forward in 2021, we found the medicine would work. I went through the stages where I was zombified and I couldn't work, and I had these beautiful little boys that I couldn't truly care for because of the medication. And so, going through that stage, it was very scary. And, I didn't know what to expect. Sometimes I would I'd rather be off the medicine, but then I would have these episodes and I would have, these outbreaks, or I mean not outbreaks, but like I would get in trouble with the law, or putting my hands on people. And so I didn't want to keep with the I'd seen no light at the end of the tunnel, but I never gave up. When it was time to go to a psychiatric hospital, I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. One of them, I'm still paying off my credit now, but I knew I had to get help. I knew that I was a threat to society. I was not all right. I was very suicidal, and I knew that I needed help and I needed to be in a safe place. And that was the hardest decision ever, because I had to do what was best for my boys and send them away. That's why I had to, move to where they are now. I mean, where we're at now, because from home, because, something unfortunate happened where they were at and caused them to get into the system. And I had to drop everything I was about, everything I knew. I had to drop it, and go back to mental health facility to get back on my medicine in a proper setting to find the best medicine. And so, again, I didn't have insurance. And so, I had to go sit down and get on my medicine and come back in their lives and to get them out of the situation they were in. I had to do my best, and doing my best was putting me last. And it wasn't really putting me last because I was doing all the right things to get me back healthy to where I could focus on just the surrounding I was in. The place where brought me more heartache and pain, I never really flourished. And so, mental health, like, I've been fighting with it, and, sometimes I wanted to quit, and sometimes I did quit, but I never gave up. There's a difference between quitting, giving up, not trying. There's a big difference. And, you got to get over that hump to where, you're not being the person that says, I don't think I can, but the little train that says, I know I can, I think I can, I believe, like, that it will help you oversee the now in the moment, what you can't see. Doing that has been rewarding, going to counseling, making sure my boys are in counseling, taking my medicine, and being healthy, being responsible. That has gotten me so much better than being resistance and doing it my way. And, anybody who's in my immediate area, trying to harming them. Or, maybe a bad breakup. I don't know. I dealt with that too, the love of my life. And we got it back together and, engaged once again. And she just breaks up with me, because of I was dealing with a lot at my job. I had 2 jobs, and, I put together plane parts, and, it was a very racial and hard situation to be in because, I'm in the country and these are all predominantly Caucasians, and they're, being able to tell inappropriate jokes and, be unprofessional, and I'm just supposed to, sit. It's okay. But I that's where I learned how to be quiet, because you learn a lot being quiet. And I had to swallow my pride, and I had to take it, and I put in my 2 weeks notice, but I didn't give them the satisfaction of firing me or finding a reason to fire me. So, yeah, with that being said, I had to, find out what was right for me by, trying what was available. I was willing to, put bad things in my body, but the things I was trying to help my mental, I wasn't willing to put that in. And I had to get to a point where I had to be disciplined and know the difference between, long-term help and short-term convenience, because that's all it was a short-term convenience. It numbed the pain for a little while, and then it would come back 10 times harder, and it would hurt 10 times more. When I lost my dad, I lost every being in me that was keeping me sane, with living from childhood mental illness to not being treated to adulthood, and learning the coping skills that, the urban community taught me, yeah, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. But I'm here to tell you there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's all for the greater good. You just gotta want it. You gotta want it as bad as you can think about it, or, think it up. Yeah, basically. But with that being said, guys, I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're being true to yourself, and I wish nothing but the best for you. And I appreciate you guys, watching my videos, and, all will be well. We just got to get over the fact of, things being about us. When you have mental health, you have to think about, most people aren't aware of mental health, because it was something they had asylums, in the 80s and 70s, and they just, once you showed a little problem, they send you away. But that's not the case nowadays. You have genuinely people out here in the mental health business doing it for the right reasons, because they care. You just got to trust them to try, and trust yourself. Give yourself some, credit, and, for taking the first step, or even, being curious about it. Give yourself props. But, in due time it will come. They didn't build Rome overnight. So, with that being said, it's not going to come back together, quick and as you think. And the way you may picture it being put back together, it might be pieces subtracted from that. But you have to live on and do good for the ones that, do care and do love you. And if you are one of those people like me that didn't believe anybody loved you, you gotta, sometimes it's ourselves trying to trick ourselves. There's one human being out there who truly cares. They just don't understand, and they don't understand unless we tell them or talk to them. So, don't be fearful to talk about it. If you hear voices, or if you see something sometimes that's not there, or, you catch things out of the corner of your eyes and you look and nothing's there, it's scary, but talk about it. I was scared of being judged, because when I was a kid, I would tell them, and they would make fun of me, and they would tease me. And even my mom, she just write it off, or, make me feel bad for even saying anything about it. And, you got to talk about it. You got to get it out, especially, the bad thoughts. You have to talk and get help. Like, you have to. No one should, hurt because we're hurting. Or, we shouldn't fill the void with fight. You either in flight or fight. I was stuck in fight, but now I'm in flight, because I'd rather leave than awaken that part of me back up. The violent side, the, angry side. No, I am going to, be in flight mode. If that makes me look weak, then, just try, hurting something I love, or hurting me, and see, like, no, it's not dead, but I choose when to use it. Like, I'm not going to hurt anyone. And if I have to sleep it off, or if I have to go sit it down in a psychiatric hospital, like, that's what I'm going to do, But becoming on mastering that skill of turning that fight off, because, the counselors and the medicine, like, medicine, I say, is about probably 65%, 65% of your mental health. And then I say about 15%, no, 20% is counseling. But you have the other, 15%, that's you. That's all you. That's all your being. What you have to bring to the table, and you have to fight like heck to master, your illness. But it's possible. I've been put in some pretty crazy situations, and I have not used violence, and I have not, used my tongue to say hurtful things or do hurtful things. Some have just been quiet, you know, and I do talk about it with my counselor, and, you know, I talk with my sister about it, and I tell her how it makes me feel, and then I let it go. I just let it go. I kid you not, I let it go. And, like, that is the main goal that keeps me afloat from not reacting. Sometimes I'm quiet. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to get in here. Thanks for watching. I hope you take care of yourself, like I said. And hope you forgive yourself and love yourself. Until next time, later, guys.